Ashas Mishpotim, Terer, Daf, Ein, Daled, Amud Gimel. The pasuk says, and those are the rules, Asher Tasim Lifneim, that you'll put in front of them, and uses the expression plural, in front of them in a plural form. And then it continues, Kisikne Eved Ivri, when you will acquire a servant. And he's using the expression of a single form. When you in a single form will acquire a servant. And the question grammatically, it should have used or both part should be a plural, or both of them should have been single. In other words, if you put in front of him, if he wants to buy a servant, or if you'd say, those are the laws you'll put in front of them when they will want to acquire a servant. So why is the changes? So first of all, to understand that, we have to understand that there's two levels of neshamas. There's neshamas which are called neshamas of Adam, of a person, and neshamas which are called neshamas of be'ema, of animal. What does that mean? There's a tremendous difference in understanding and knowledge of a person and animal. Similar to that in understanding of godliness, also there's two different type of people. People that have the way their soul is, from where it's coming from, they're in the way of a person of complete understanding of godliness. And then there's some people that in the level similar to an animal. In other words, that they have no understanding. And even though we're comparing it to a person and animal, that does not mean that the soul that coming from the level of animal do not have understanding of godliness, but rather they don't have the feeling into godliness. In other words, animal also has understanding for the things that it needs. He has certain things that he needs, and he has very clever sometimes how to get the food and how to get sustenance in life that it needs. But understanding things which are more abstract, he has no understanding. Similar to that, a person might have understanding of godliness, but is not going to have the concept of das. In other words, we have chokhmah, we have bina, and we have das. Chokhmah is the understanding, the point of it. Bina is a greater length, and then das makes it connect to a person. And more specific, when a person, it says that the neshamas which are called the level of Adam, they're coming from the level of Chokhmah de Atzilus. In other words, the level of Chokhmah de Atzilus shining in Atzilus. The level of Chokhmah, which is the concept of seeing godliness. For example, if a person sees an object, he sees all the things and all the details, and he has the truth of it becomes so clear by him that he cannot convince him otherwise. The law actually says that a person that is a witness cannot be a judge in a capital punishment, because when he saw it, it became so clear by him that he can't see any other way. And part of a judge's responsibility is not only to judge, but also to support and to save the person. And that is the judge's responsibility, to do both sides. From one side to prosecute, from the other side to save him. If a person saw it in his own eye, he will not be able to see that the other person did not do it. That's the level of Chokhmah. It says that Chokhmah is shining in the level in the world called Atzilus. So in Atzilus, over there the level of Chokhmah is shining. And since over there the level of Chokhmah is shining, over there it's clear, there's no question about it. Godliness is clear, and there's connection and desire for godliness with no end. However, then there's a level of Bina, which is more like Shmiya, hearing. When a person hears something, he needs to get all the details and the detail of details till till he understands what it is. And even then, it's external. It's not going to push him enough to do things just because he heard. When he saw it. But when he heard it, it's not the same. The world of Bria and lower, that gets him the level of Bina. which there is understanding of godliness, but similar to hearing it, which does not affect a person to his core, number one, and number two, it's not so truthful by him, it does not make him that he's so motivated by it. Then there's a level of das that connects a person, and it's connector between Chochmah and Bina, that a person through his understanding should be able to be as if he sees it. And the one that gives that level of das to Neshamas Yisrael, to the soul of the Yidden, that's Moshe Rabbeinu, as we'll explain in Mitzvah Hashem next time.